Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, back here on a Sunday night for the TRJkarting.com Arca Series. Blazing pedals as always. It's Charlotte, the final race of the round of 12. Here tonight, we're doing 240 laps. Wheel spin's going to determine that competition caution. As always, joining me is Terry Foster. Terry, how you doing?
Glad we're here at Charlotte. Final 8 right here. We want to see what they go into next week as the final 8, I guess I should say. And kind of watching these lap speeds, Sam, and a lot of 30s out there.
Yeah, Jamie Walker's sitting on the top of the charts right now in practice with Mark Arthur second, Brian Dees third, Corey Sherman fourth, Mike Hamlin fifth. Corey Sherman's out there practicing still right now, Terry, and he is someone we got to watch tonight because he is someone who needs to win to get into the next round.
Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely looking for a win tonight. We also got, I'm trying to find the points here, Sam. There's a couple other ones I have to give a mention out to. Rick Thompson, Corey Sherman, Joshua Rutherford is the one actually sitting on the bubble. He's in 9th place.
So there is a few drivers tonight who has to win their way into the next round. Probably not going to be able to point their way in unless they have a good run tonight, but it's Charlotte. We've seen crazier things happen here at this racetrack. It's going to be a long one. 240 laps around this mile and a half track. And Terry, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not picking anybody tonight.
I mean, I have one guy in my sights, but even looking at his times right now, he's in mid-pack, man. So, you know what? I think I'll follow suit tonight.
Yeah, I am not trying to ruin nobody's race no more. It seems like everybody I pick just kind of hits a wall or gets involved in something. So, not tonight. I want to see who can actually get into the round of 8. I mean, I'm liking a few drivers out there. I see a lot of guys out there I know who could probably win here. But for tonight, everybody get your picks out in chat, though.
One thing I want to...
Productions out there, Terry. He says he's going with Dalton Kilroy for the win tonight.
Ooh, what's he know that we don't? With Dalton right now sitting 8th fastest as we starting to wind down this practice. Just a little bit of less than 2 minutes left in practice. That's something I want to mention. Of course, Jamie Walker, Mark Arthur are our top 2 right now. They are the fastest. But then we got Brian Dees, Corey Sherman, Mike Hamlin, Derek Paulson. Ain't seen Derek in a couple of weeks. Paul Ellison, Dalton Kilroy, John Perkins, Andy Poliski. That wraps out our top 10 right now, the fastest out on track.
And as you said earlier, times are really close. I mean, every driver in the top 15, almost 20, it looks like, is in the 30s. And then only a few drivers outside of the 32nd mark in the 31s. We got Case Campbell, Rick Thompson, Fred Thompson, Corey Rutherford out there.
So I see something out there in chat. Michael Falk saying it's Charlotte, so it's a fuel race. So Michael's pick tonight is also his driver, one of them FRD guys, Dalton Kilroy.
Drivers are starting to wrap up practice here. And something interesting I haven't seen in a couple of weeks there is these guys haven't really been doing any pit parties during the practices.
No, they haven't. I was kind of watching earlier in the practice. They wasn't doing it. It's like everybody's on their own. But, Sam, we're getting to the end of the season, man. We don't want to see I don't want to play you my cards of how I'm going to try to run this race. Maybe. I don't know, bud.
That's true. I mean, we all know that during practice, they'll use that pit party to their advantage to see what the car can and can't do, especially on a short run, right? I mean, you can try and drive your way up to the field. But, yeah, I think you made a good point. Everybody's kind of in it for themselves at this point, and they don't want to show their cards. Practice is wrapping up, though, as we got to start the Michael Falk Racing Designs, or MFRD, front row award qualifying.
I'm hoping we actually make it to the wheel spin tonight, Sam. We haven't done that in a couple races, and I hope we get these guys to at least make it out to the wheel spin.
Well, you mentioned wheel spin. We got Andy Poliski sitting on pit road, waiting to go out on track. But we probably should get that wheel spin done. So let's see here. Not sure which one to use, to be honest. This is a long race.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I don't know either.
All right, there we go. Let me go ahead and get that. We need to show it, even though, yep, there we go, it's working. All right, we're spinning for that competition caution. I picked the one that had the more laps to it, and it's still lap 21.
Wow, lap 21, 10-4.
Lap 21.
Oh, I don't see why they couldn't do that. I'm going to go talk to Mark Arthur for a second. I'll be right back.
That's the way the cookie crumbles, though. Andy Polisky goes out on track. Joshua Rutherford set a lap time already. 31:01. Looks like he's going to be finishing up his second lap. We'll get a camera on him. Going down the back straightaway. Running the high line. Real interesting line there for the number 64. Coming down the quad oval across the line. Doesn't improve. So he's going to be sitting with a 31:01. And now everybody was running 30s in practice, so I'm guessing because the clouds were out a little bit more during practice. Track was a little bit cooler.
All right.
So we take a look at our track temperature. It's 82 degrees right now, 77 degrees down here in Charlotte.
Sam, something interesting, transitional race. I looked back at the track temp while they was practicing. Track temp was up to 91 degrees. Now this thing's going to fall all night. As soon as the sun starts down a little more, track's going to get a little cooler. These guys are going to get a lot faster.
Taking a look at that number 41 out on track. Coming out of turn number 4, he's going to cross the line, complete his qualifying run. Dalton Kilroy to the top of the charts with a 30.73. 30.73 for the 41.
Captain Safe fuel right there. Top of the board. Good run out of the 41, definitely.
Taking a look at the number 5 of Corey Rutherford here, Terry, and I think you mentioned something about they have a little something special on the front of those cars.
Yeah, if you don't mind trying to get a camera on the front, it's right on the front of right there. It is. Him, Joshua, and their younger brother all went to the same school, and this past Thursday, their teacher passed away of breast cancer, Michelle Edmondson. So they wanted to give a big shout out to her, and as we celebrate, not really a celebration, but as we honor Breast Cancer Awareness Month, that's becoming the end of it. Joshua and Corey wanted to put that in memory of on the front of their cars.
See a lot of drivers out there supporting Breast Cancer Awareness Month this month. You got the 98 of Dominic Lee's running some pink colors. You know, Mark always runs pink colors. Paul Ellison's out there. He's got pink on his car. As you mentioned it, Joshua Rutherford paying tribute to an old high school teacher or old school teacher. I'm not sure what he said, high school or school, whatever. Old school teacher.
I'm not sure if it was high school or not either.
Well, they said that they were telling me that she beat it once and the second time around got her. So it's unfortunate, but we send our condolences as always, and it's pretty cool that they're willing to put her name on the front of their car here tonight. Amanda Sherman's out on track, Terry.
Yes, she is. See what kind of lap she can lay down. Her and teammate Aaron Bacher happened to just got out there too. Now, little tidbit here about Aaron Bacher. We're not 44. He has got the most watched video on YouTube with his win at Charlotte here a couple seasons ago in this car. Now, somebody says Aaron has that on a reel-to-reel or a continuous play in his house. I believe it.
There you go. You got Josh out in chat saying high school world history and world geography teachers. So we shall remember her tonight for them.
Well, be cool to see them guys get a win in her honor tonight. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, especially Joshua, right? I mean, he's got to kind of win to get into the next round, so he's definitely hoping for something big to happen tonight.
I was about ready to mention our in-car, but he stepped away from his rig, so we ain't going to talk about it for a minute.
Right now, Dalton Kilrow is holding on to provisional pole with Paul Ellison on the outside. Paul's been having a great run this round. I mean, he had one bad race, but he's been really stepping it up here these last couple of races. Definitely keep an eye on that 55, man. I'm telling you.
He would have been my second pick if I had to pick twice tonight. But, yeah, Paul Ellison, love watching this guy race. He come in latter part of the season, but doing an outstanding job. Actually, one or two races, I believe. I don't have my stats in front of me.
We are looking at Corey Sherman. Now, he's another driver who's kind of on the bubble, as Terry said. Kind of needs to get a win here tonight. Was looking good in practice. As I say that, jumps to the top of the board. Corey Sherman at 30.72 for the number 3. Puts him on provisional pole right now. Another driver who's been having a couple of good races here in the past couple of weeks is that number 1 of Ty Morosco. He's out on track right now, starting his qualifying run. See Kyle Wellman out in chat saying Jamie is his pick tonight. Shelly going for the 44. See Mike out there picking Mark Arthur for the win.
And somebody, Walker to Waxham. That's pretty cool. Hey, Sam, I see somebody down there in race control. I think might want to come up and talk to us for a second. We got a couple minutes here left. Let's pull him in real quick.
All right, you got him.
Tim Habiak, owner of TRJ Karting. How you doing, buddy? Hey, Tim.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, not much, bud. Just in there about ready to enjoy this Charlotte race. Get you in here while they're still qualifying. A little bit of time left. And how you been, buddy?
Oh man, it's been crazy. It's been a little bit of a whirlwind here the last year or so, but starting to finally get some resemblance of a normal life again.
Yeah, well, we've seen that you had a little bit of knee surgery done. You've been doing a load of bowling, you with Ian, and yeah, we really do miss that 16 car out here every week. But and we understand real life comes into play. Have you been able to watch any of the races at all?
Yes, I do. I watched a couple of the races. I tune in and tune out every Sunday night because my Sunday nights are relatively free now. So it's been kind of crazy because I had that racing series going, and I stepped away from that, which is going to free up a bunch of time, and obviously having the knee surgery and started working for a friend of mine, and that added another layer of busyness to life. But everything's starting to actually calm down. I'm starting to get a decent bounce, so been able to take in a couple of races, and the action on track's been nothing but stellar. These Arca cars are an awesome car to watch on the platform, and the action they provide has been top notch all year.
Well, don't count on that car too much. As talks is, we may be switching next season, so we're not 100% on that yet. So
Okay.
we'll see what happens. We got about 30 seconds left here, Tim.
Yeah.
Is Ian coming back?
Yeah, I think he is, because I think he's given up on his bowling dreams.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can see after this year he'll probably be back racing, and at least giving up the Sunday night bowling thing because he does miss it. He's had to get parts for his computer to get that back up and running, and I think he got it back up and running yesterday, I think.
All right. Well, Tim, we got to get you out of here. We got a rundown we have to do here, and so we get this race on the way. Hope you enjoy the race, and if you stay down there, we might pull you back up in a little bit.
Yeah, not a problem. I'll stop back in a little bit later.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks.
And that was the owner of TRJ Karting, Tim Habiak, title sponsor for the Blazing Pedals, obviously TRJkarting.com Arca series. Doesn't sound like he's too thrilled about the whole changing cars possibly next season.
I heard that too.
But we got to start getting through that grid, Terry. And I can't believe it, but the number 3 of Corey Sherman puts it on pole here tonight with Dalton Kilrow to his outside in second. Paul Ellison having a good run this round. He's starting in third. Taylor Butcher-Benjamin's going to be starting in fourth with Dave Seats starting in fifth. Ty Marassa is going to be starting in sixth with Derek Paulson starting in seventh and Aaron Bockover starting in eighth. John Perkins is going to be starting in that ninth position with Andy Poliski to his outside in 10th. And Jamie Walker is going to be starting 11th and Casey Campbell in 12th. Brian Dees. Sorry, Terry. I was just getting it switched there. If you want to take it, go for it.
Brian Dees at 17, starting 13, 14, Dominic Lee at 98, 15, Joshua Rutherford, 42, Kyle Wellman in 16, Mark Arthur starting way back in 17 at 12, Rick Thompson at 76 car in 18, 19, Corey Rutherford at 5, Amanda Sherman got her car to qualify in 20th, Chris Carroll in 21st, Phil Van Fleet, I don't believe took a time, starting in 22nd, 23rd, Mike Hamlin, 24th, Fred Thompson, and 25th is Tanner Moore in that 4th car.
That's your starting lineup here tonight. Drivers are going to go 240 laps around Charlotte Motor Speedway. Again, a fuel run is looking to be about 30 to 35 laps as they start to pull off the grid.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a long one tonight. This is one of the longest races we have. So it's we're going to be here a while. So please hang out with us. Comment there in the chat if you want to, or hell, just talk.
Well, I tell you what, Terry, that number 3, I know I keep talking about him, but I know he's in a must-win situation. He's coming out here, and he's showing these guys he's ready to go tonight. He put it on pole. Let's see what he can do the whole race. It's going to be a long one, as we keep mentioning. It's going to be an endurance race for some of these guys. But a lot of drivers starting with good positions who are in the playoffs who need it right now. Dalton Kilrow really the only one up there who really doesn't have a whole lot to worry about when it comes to points. I think he's going to make it to the next round no problem.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of cars up front that really has to do something, and Dalton Kilrow is one of them that doesn't have to. Maybe he can get the win, lock himself in the next round, but he's got 2 teammates behind him, though. Here we go.
Pace truck pulls off. Corey Sherman's going to come down in the restart zone. Field in the hands of the flagman for the first start. And green flag is in the air here at Charlotte.
And Corey Rutherford did not take advantage of the restart zone.
Oh, they're already wrecking back here. Oh, a playoff contender. Joshua Rutherford involved heavy here on lap 1.
Wow. What a change of events.
Well, Terry, I don't think we're getting to that competition caution tonight.
No.
I got to get a good camera angle on that because I have no idea what happened. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Looks like the 98 checks up for the 73 in front of him. The 42 gets into the back of the 98. And that's going to send him down into the 64. Oh, man. And I mean, Josh hit that wall a ton, man.
Wow, Sam. I just heard from Race Control on this one. That is actually on a 32 of Andy Poliski. Poliski actually came over and says, man, I missed the shift.
Really? We're going to back it up. He did miss a shift, but
well,
I don't think I'd put that on it. That wasn't Andy's fault. There's no way. I mean, chat, let us know what you think down in the comments, but Andy Poliski, driver the number 32, coming down from race control, is going to be taking the EOL for that cause caution here tonight at Charlotte. Definitely not what I see, but he feels he was responsible for that, so we'll give him credit for that for sure.
All right, Sam, we're 2 to go. Let these guys line up one more time here on lap 2. Wow, man, that is a big hurt for some of these guys.
And that also changes up probably everybody's strategy.
Yeah, even over in lap 2, it's going to change a lot. Speaking of Corey Rutherford, looking at him out there in TV land with his camera, he got that beautiful TSP shirt on again, Sam.
We'll bring him up. We'll show him. There he is.
Give us a wave. Come on, Corey. Give us a wave.
I don't think
give
he
us
has
a wave.
the broadcast up while he's racing.
Oh, I thought he usually does.
The only driver, unfortunately, here on in-car cameras here tonight.
I just got a message from Joshua Rutherford. He's got 33 minutes of damage, and his exact words was, "So much for racing for a championship." Joshua, man, we feel for you, buddy.
It's an absolute shame to see a playoff contender get taken out like that. That's the way it happens, though. It's how this playoff format works, unfortunately.
Yeah, if we look back here, we still have like Chris Carroll in the back. We know he's good. Thompson in the back. Mark Arthur sitting midfield. I mean, some of these guys, I mean, Mark is automatically moved in. I want to say Walker or Carroll. I can't remember which two.
Well, that's going to give us our first restart of the evening. No lead changes yet, Terry. We're going to have to try and keep track of that here this evening like we did last week.
I've got 10 fingers, buddy. That's about all I can use.
Well, we'll see. So far, none. We know it's 0. Corey Sherman, your race leader. Dalton Kilroy second. Corey going to be starting down on that inside lane. He will have the opportunity to fire off within the restart zone. So field in the hands of Corey Sherman for this restart.
Hey, look out there in chat, Sam.
Chris Legou out there.
Chris had microphone problems, or he couldn't hear today on his PC, so that's why he's not out here on the field tonight.
Well, at least he was able to tune into the broadcast. We appreciate that.
Heck yeah.
Pace truck's going to duck on off here. Corey Sherman coming down into the restart zone. And the green flag is back out in the air.
Again, Corey did not use the restart zone. But he still gets a good start, jump out there in front of that 41. Nice big jump out of the 3 as Ellison looking at the back of the 41 of Dalton Kilroy.
We look a little bit further back. Taylor Butcher-Benjamin sliding up in front of his teammate, now dropping down in front of Dave Seats in that 14 going down the back straightaway. Ty Morosco trying to get a run here on the high side in 3 and 4. And that's something I've noticed, Terry, is that a lot of guys were running the high side in practice. I'm wondering if it's going to be a multi-groove tracker tonight, as Dave Seats in the 14 has major issues. He's slow going down the front stretch.
Yeah, I was watching now. As Dave Seats is kind of getting past. He dropped down below that apron. And Sam, just was like, you get down there, you're going to go backwards.
Back up to the front. Corey's got about a 3/10 gap to Dalton Kilroy right now, running second. Paul Ellison running third. Tyra Morosco has found his way up into the 4th position. Everybody single filed out until you get a little bit further back. We got a big gaggle of cars right here. You got Kyle Woman taking a 3 wide on Derek Paulson and Brian Dees. We know Kyle is really aggressive. We know he's not racing for the championship, but still hunting for that first win here in the series.
It looked like Wallman in that 42 passed Paulson in the grass.
I don't know if he was in the grass area, but he was definitely down down there. He was on that blue line 100%.
again, that just different angle. You know, we both look at this thing differently. So if anybody thinks that I'm watching the same thing he does, we don't, because I look through the field as he does.
Go ahead and see what else we got going on here. Rick Thompson trying to get around Dave Seats here. Amanda Sherman back there running in 16th position. Under fire from Corey Rutherford. Amanda up 4 spots from the start of the race so far. Unfortunately, the only person not on, or I'm sorry, there's 2 people not on track. You got Joshua Rutherford. He's in the pit lane trying to get that machine fixed. And Tanner Marr, Terry, I don't know if he's having issues or what, but Tanner Marr not even on the racetrack.
I did not see him disconnect either. He's still showing in my results of drivers on track. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he even took the green flag.
I don't believe he did either.
Well, we're 10 laps into this thing. This endurance race, we're going to call it. I mean, it is going to be a long one. And Corey Sherman has led all the laps so far. Getting out to a really good lead, but I'm wondering if that's going to hurt him here in the long run. Everybody's going to start running him down if he starts wearing them tires out too much.
I was kind of thinking the same thing watching Team MFRD with the 41 and 10 of Kilroe and Benjamin. They're just laying back there. I don't think they're trying all that hard, as Benjamin did work his way around the 41 of Dalton Kilroe. And, Corey's got almost a second lead on Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
Yeah, Taylor got around Dalton pretty easily, so I'm thinking Dalton is really saving his equipment right now. We all know that Charlotte's a tough track on the tires, so if you can manage those tires in the first 10 or 15 laps, you're going to be quick in a long run, and tonight, long run's going to be key.
Definitely long run. I mean, yeah, I like to see Corey up front, of course, but as Taylor Butcher Benjamin is actually reeling him in.
So maybe now Corey knows, he's like, hey, I got out to a pretty far lead here. I got to kind of save my stuff. You said it. I mean, Taylor got around Dalton and just left him and now is on the back bumper of our race leader. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe Taylor's trying to just get out there and control that thing. Making a move here down the back straightaway.
Taylor looking underneath the 3 car. And he makes a nice clean pass, slides back up in front of the 3 as we go down the front stretch across that start-finish line.
Yeah, Corey let him go right there. He knows there's no reason to fight him. Got a long way to go. You got to save them tires. You only get 4 sets in the pits, plus the set you start on. But Dalton Kilroe's falling back, and I mean, we just got a whole line of cars back here because you got Dalton, you got Paul Ellison, you got Kyle Wellman, Derek Paulson back here, Ty Morosco, Aaron Bockover, Mike Hamlin in the mix.
Sam, I just heard off the race chatter, Dalton Kilroe in that 41 says, man, I'm just chilling and riding around, biding my time.
I think Paul Ellison kind of heard that, and he's doing the same because he just lost 2 spots there going into turn 1.
Kyle Wellman looking to the outside of the 41 car of Dalton Kilroe.
I tell you what, Wellman's making that high line work, and that's what I was saying, Terry. I'm really surprised to see 2 different lines working here at Charlotte. Normally, we're used to seeing the cars wrap the bottom line, just wrapping that blue line the whole way around the racetrack. Paul Ellison's dropping back quite a few positions. He's already down 5 from the start of the race. He's getting passed here by the 15 of Hamlin. Perkins almost gets into the back bumper there. A few playoff drivers racing each other right here. You got Rick Thompson. Needs to get a win to get to the next round. John Perkins, he's been having a good round this round of 12.
Oh, Hamlin into the back of the 1.
Yeah, Ty got a little squirrely there. I don't know if they made contact or not. I didn't catch it, but
Yeah, Hamlin actually got up really close to Time Roscoe in that one car and just got him a little sideways. Hamlin did apologize for it.
Back up to the front. Taylor has gotten away from Corey here about a full second. So Corey's definitely starting to save a little bit. We even see out in chat, Chris is saying Corey can save fuel now. He can use TBB to pull him around the racetrack, but he kind of got to get a little bit closer if he's going to let him pull him around. Taylor's increasing that gap little by little every lap here.
Derek Polson doing a hell of a run out there. We ain't seen Derek in a couple weeks. Glad to see him back out here in that 6th car as he's trying to run down Wellman. And Dalton Kilroe's still back here just riding around still. Amanda Sherman just hollered out. She's doing the same thing as Kilroe, just riding around, biding her time.
Just mentioned Derek Paulson now looking to the inside of Kyle Wellman for that 3rd position. Wondering if Kyle might have burned his stuff up there up on that high line.
He did come through the field pretty quick, Sam, as we've seen.
And Derek's somebody that we should keep an eye on here tonight as well. He's always been really good at Charlotte. I mean, he's up 4 positions from the start of this race, sitting in 3rd. Running pretty good lap times right now, too. He's actually almost as fast as our race leader.
I'm kind of looking back in the back here. I just want to look at Andy Poliski. He's back. He dropped 10 spots down in 20th. Remember, he did get an EOL for that first caution. Andy is slowly trying to make his way back up through this field.
So that time by Taylor Butcher Benjamin was the fastest car out of the top 5. He ran a 32.06. Corey Sherman ran a 32.15, and Derek Paulson ran a 32.20. That time by out of the top 3, Corey was actually the slowest of the 3. Not by much, though. Taylor looks like he slowed down just a little bit. Derek looks like he gained a little bit of speed there as Dalton Kilroe's looking for the 4th position here on Wellman. And we see it here. I mean, Wellman used them tires to get up to the front, and now he's just going backwards.
We got a long way to go here before a fuel stop, Sam. At least, 10 more laps or so. 10, 15 laps before we even see a fuel stop.
Well, we had that early caution, lap 1. Been green ever since. They can go about 30 to 35 laps, so I'd say we'd see them come down. Since they had that caution, I imagine around lap 40 to 45, I'd say. It's when we're going to start to see our first round of green flag pit stops. Let's go back a little bit further. Jamie Walker, we haven't said his name a whole lot this evening, except during practice. He was the fastest car on the charts, making his way around Dave's seats for that 14th position. Dominic Lee was involved in that first caution. He's found his way back up into the 16th position.
I was just looking at time and scoring, Sam. We only had 8 cars that has pitted thus far for fuel. And, we still got a lot more to go. I don't know what happened to Rick Thompson, but he's in pits for 13 seconds. I hope he didn't take tires.
Looking at Chris Carroll here, he's last week's winner. Coming into this race, obviously, with a clear mindset, doesn't have to worry too much. He knows he's making it into the next round. But he was one of those drivers that Terry said pit on that first caution. On lap 3, he is when Chris Carroll came down pit road. Got fuel only, and it's just been kind of riding around in the back ever since. He's sitting in 21st position, but I like this strategy. He is saving those tires, and he's going to use it to his advantage later in the race.
Also, the guy that didn't have to worry nothing, really, is 12, Mark Arthur, just cruising around, I believe. Still sitting mid-pack, running 11th out of this field of 24. Just cruising around.
Well, we'll go ahead and take our first commercial break of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We will be right back.
Shut up and sit down.
All right, and we're back live. Green flag pit stops are underway here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. See what I did there? Dalton Kilroe got the race lead, now is bringing it down pit side with a whole bunch of cars. Corey Sherman, Taylor Butcher-Benjamin, Derek Paulson, they all pit the lap prior, along with Mark Arthur and Dave Seats. They all pit on lap 34. All these guys are pitting here on lap 36, 35. That gave the lead over to Corey Rutherford and Chris Carroll out there in second.
That Corey Rutherford just called out his pit, so he'll be coming down here shortly too. We got a nice drag race off pit road. Wow. Oh, Seats and Walker into it. Seats sideways coming off pits. Oh. We got a caution, Sam, coming out of pits.
Yep, that brings out our yellow flag. I'm sorry, I had pushed the mute button, and that's going to hurt a lot of people, man.
Walker was involved. Seats was involved.
I see Mike Hamlin got into it there a little bit. So they're coming off pit road, and I mean, it kind of looks like, I mean, I don't know. I'll let the chat be the judge there. They're racing side by side off pit road. A little bit of contact there between the 15 and the 88. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'll let chat decide on that one. That put a lot of people in a bad spot here. But that put Chris Carroll in a really good spot. It's Carroll bringing it down pit side. And I'll give the race lead back over to Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
Well, Sam, from race control and an apology come out of the 88 car on that one.
88. All right. Again, I think they're going to be surprised when they go back and look at the replays on that. But, again, at least they're owning up to it, I guess.
Well, one good thing, Sam, we are still early in this race. I mean, 38 laps at 200 and, what did I say, 240 or something like that? Oh, long time for Jamie to go.
I mean, Jamie still came out 6th place there. I mean, he'll get the EOL, but a lot of guys had to get the wave around there because Chris Carroll, I believe, was the only car on the lead lap. I think. I'm waiting for timing and scoring here to kind of sort itself out and make sure here once the all the wave around cars go around and whatnot. Because you see Taylor Butcher Benjamin back there. He's way behind a bunch of these guys looking to get the wave around.
Sorry, Sam, I had these guys on the track hollering at me for a second.
You're good, Terry. Not a problem. I was just taking a little bit of a breather there myself. We're under caution here. I was looking to see if maybe we could bring somebody up.
Well, they was having problems getting in line. iRacing tell them to do one thing, and they thought they were supposed to be doing something else. So thank God we don't have to extend the caution, as Jamie Walker did pull down in the pit lane as he got the EOL. Topped his car off with fuel. I think Jamie's going to be good to go for a while.
I mean, smart move, right? Like, you know you're getting the EOL. Why not just come down and top off?
Yeah, because you're still in a lead lap. Why not? Yeah.
Like you said, Terry, I mean, we still got 200 laps to go in this thing. So there's a plenty amount of time to make that ground up. You see Jamie coming off pit road back there on the right-hand part of your screen.
And Jamie Walker only 5 seconds basically in the pit lane, so he must not have had no damage on that car.
Well, I was going to pull somebody up, but I think they might get one to green right here, so we'll see what happens. I'm not sure who I want to talk to. I bet everybody's kind of... They're probably trying to work out strategy and stuff right now, so I really don't want to bug somebody too much.
That, and every time we talk to one of them, seems like he might have a problem afterwards.
Yeah, so that's kind of why I'm really trying to be, I'm not biased, but I'm being picky and choosy right now, yes, because I don't want to ruin a playoff contender's chances here. Just because of the broadcaster's curse. I know some people might take that the wrong way, but...
Sam, if we look at the front 4 cars, they all say MFRD on them.
Yeah, but you got Corey Sherman back there in 5th. And you got Chris Carroll back there in 6th. Or I'm sorry, Chris Carroll in 5th, Corey Sherman in 6th. Those guys, and I'm telling you, you got to keep an eye on that 24 right now. He got lucky with that caution. He was back in the back just saving tires, just riding. I guarantee that number 24 has the best tires on that race car right now.
You're probably absolutely right. Mike Hamlin with a little blinking issue. His 15 tonight. Mike Hamlin right now sitting, what is that, 8th place?
Yes. Yeah, eighth place, up 15 spots from the start.
Kyle Wellman starting back his part in 9th, spent 28 seconds on pit lane.
So it might have been to get some damage fixed. You remember you said you saw him hit the wall a little bit. So you're probably getting some of that damage fixed. Maybe he did take a set of tires. We know Wellman likes to throw a wrench into some of these strategies and shake it up. So we have to keep an eye on the wild man here tonight.
And now,
green flag back out in the air here at Charlotte. Taylor gets a good start.
Taylor not waiting for the flagman to throw it. He actually went in the restart zone as he's getting a nice jump on his teammates. 41, Dalton Kilrose, 6, Derek Paulson, the 1 of Ty Morosco.
I'm telling you, man, there's 24 Chris Carroll. He's going to come up through this field. Corey Sherman's up to the top side of the racetrack trying to work his way around D's.
Sure, that ain't where the 3 wants to be either on that top side.
Now it looks like he's going to go ahead and get out of the throttle a little bit early. Let the 17 have that position. He's going to get back into it. Try and get back in his rhythm here. I think Corey's just kind of waiting for a set of fresh tires right now. I think he definitely hurt them General Tires on that first run.
Michael Falk, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, buddy. All 5 of your cars running in the top 5 right now.
Back up to the front, we got a battle for the lead going on here. Dalton Kilroe to the outside of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. He's going to take that position over. Give Dalton our race lead. Taylor's back to second. Derek Paulson third.
Oh, man.
Almost the MFRD top 5 right now. If Brian Dees can get around Carroll.
Yeah, when I said that, Dees had his nose in front of Carroll, so he's trying again as he's looking underneath the 24 one more time.
Jamie Walker is starting to make his way back up through the field here. He just got around the 3 of Corey Sherman. Puts Jamie up into the 7th position. Tight racing going on up here between the MFRD guys. Chris Carroll's going to put it 3 wide down through the grass. He saw the move and he went for it.
Carroll, a little aggressive here at lap 46 of Chris Carroll in that 24.
Well, I mean, he's got nothing to lose, Terry. I mean, he's good to go, right? Like, why not? If you think you can make the move, you go for it. You're locked into the next round. He's just trying to win the race and get more points for that championship 4.
Absolutely, but Walker back here, Walker looks a little bit more aggressive in this stint than what he did at the beginning of this race.
Making his way around the 6 of Derek Paulson right now. Corey Sherman trying to follow suit. Looks like Derek's going to get a good run here off the top side. The slot back into position. Give Derek P7. Side by side up here for second place. Between the MFRD guys and Chris Carroll in the mix here. Brian Dees all the way to the top side of the racetrack. Ty Morosco in the middle. Taylor Butcher Benjamin on the bottom. Almost looking 3 wide here. And these are teammates, ladies and gentlemen. These are all teammates, and 3 of them are racing for a championship, and they're all racing each other this hard.
And Sam, right now, that number 1 of Ty Morosco, he is 4th in points in our standings. He does not have a win yet either, so he actually needs a good win to maybe definitely lock himself in the next round.
Yeah, Ty Morosco actually looking for his first win, period, in Blazing Pedals, points-paying race, I should say. He won the Clash. Wonder who was pushing him that night. Cough, cough. But non-paying points race he's won, but Ty Morosco has never won a points-paying race here in Blazing Pedals, so trying to get that first win, but his teammates not making it easy. And Terry, have you seen the clouds here tonight? It looks like we might have rain at Charlotte. It's not going to happen, but we can make fun of it, right?
We absolutely can. I tell you what, I can't wait till iRacing actually puts that in, and we have that option.
Well, it's just crazy. I mean, we were just riding on board there, coming down the front stretch, and it does it. I mean, it looks like it's going to storm here down in Charlotte.
That's what's for them grandstands, though, that's for sure.
So Brian Dees made his way around teammate Ty Morosco. Chris Carroll followed him. Ty's dropped back to 4th position here as they go down the front straightaway.
Sam, I just got a message. Joshua Rutherford, he is about done, about ready to bring that car back on track and see what kind of finish he can get. Right now, Joshua's showing 48 laps down, but never know what can happen. It's still a long ways to go.
I mean, yeah, you still got, 190 laps left to go or so. There's tons of time. Anything can happen. Somebody could mess up. I mean, he's doing what he's supposed to do, right? He's going to go out. He's going to try and get as many points as he can. And just definitely a great job for the 64 to stick in it.
And as I've stated before, I really appreciate, as all the admins really appreciate these guys sticking around. I mean, he was in there 33 minutes right now, and he's willing to come back out. That's thanks, Josh. We really do appreciate that.
Well, it makes sense why he wasn't in the infield care center, because he stayed inside the race car, and he's just waiting to get them repairs done and get back out here. So
collecting his thoughts, wondering what he can do, maybe get up there and help brother out a little bit. Corey's sitting right now in a 16th spot, so I mean, a win's a win. I don't care if it's for the championship or whatever. Ha! Josh Rutherford just loyalty, so that's an inside joke. So yes, Joshua loyalty. Thanks, buddy.
Chris Carroll took a peek there to the inside of Jamie Walker. Jamie up 8 spots from the start of the race. He's sitting in P3 right now, trying to run down Brian Dees. And Brian Dees is actually somebody who has won here before at this track. He runs really well here at Charlotte, so it's no surprise to see that 17 up there in second.
Yeah, no surprise at all to see that 17 running up in the front. I know a few seasons ago, seems like he was always up there. So Soul Steeler doing an awesome run tonight.
Everybody pretty much single filed out. Look a little bit further back. Mark Arthur got around Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Taylor's kind of been falling, Terry, on it, and there's the perfect example of what tire management really does. I mean, he was up there leading and now sitting in 9th place, under fire from the lone Dutchman of Philip Van Vliet.
Well, he was talking about him a second ago. Brian Dees in that 17. Brian Dees actually right now is at the bottom of our top 8. Brian Dees sitting in 8th place. Joshua Rutherford, which we know he's just now pulling out of the pit, sitting in 9th. So that kind of moves Corey Sherman up to that 9th spot as we run.
And Corey's running in 6th. I was talking to him a little bit throughout the week, and I know he likes this track. I know he thinks he can do good here. And, I mean, he proved that. He's on the pole. He's running in the top 10 so far. Still a long way to go. Trying to figure out what that car is going to do in this race and try and get that win here and get that first TNA gold banner.
Yeah, still everybody's trying to get that thing for this season.
Oh, period. It wasn't a thing until this season.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
So
TNA banner. And you can watch this tomorrow night, 8 o'clock.
Dalton Kilroe has gapped Brian Dees just a little bit. It's about 0.7 of a second right now as they complete lap 57 of 240. Brian Dees that time by. It ran almost an identical lap time to Dalton Kilroe. Jamie Walker was actually a little bit quicker. As I look a little bit further down the pile on, nobody really coming close to those top 3 or 4 lap times right now, Terry.
No, I've been sitting there watching these lap times. You said 0.7. He's down to 6 now, but he's been hanging around that area for quite some time here behind Dalton.
said it, Terry, and there he is, number 64, Joshua Rutherford, back out on track.
Probably got him a fresh car, and he's ready to go, man. He might get one of these laps back the hard way, same way he's running out there.
Well, it also, he only had no laps on his tires, Terry.
This is true.
But we also got to point out that Josh does all of our music here for True Sim Productions, so big shout out to him. Go check out his YouTube channel.
Marlowe Productions.
Terry, you know what I just realized?
What?
I never did the national anthem tonight. We just started.
Oh, no. Well, we do apologize to everybody out there for that. I just remembered that too. Wow.
Yeah, we were so busy talking about the race and what was going to go on, but we started a little bit later, and then we talked to Tim too, so we just forgot. We'll get it next week.
Jamie Walker still trying to work on the back end of that 17 car to Brian Dees. He gets up to him, then falls back a little bit. So, don't know if Jamie might have wore his stuff out a little bit, trying to catch up to this field and come back from that EOL.
We're going to have green flag pit stops coming up once again here very shortly. We're going to go ahead and take another commercial break, but this time we'll go side by side. Stick around. You won't miss a thing.
Shut up and sit down.
We'll see more now. Moscow's coming down now.
We're back live here on True Sim Productions. A few drivers coming down pit road, one of them being your race leader, Dalton Kilrow. Is this the time for tires, or is he going to wait? I'm going to keep a camera on him. I want to see. Right sides are going up on that 41, so it looks like Dalton's taking his first set of tires here tonight. Jamie Walker still out on track. Remember, he last pit on lap 39, so he can go a little bit longer than the rest of these guys.
Yeah, Chris Carroll actually coming down pit lane 2. Sam, I'm going to stay on top of Carroll and see if he decides to take tires. Because Corey Sherman, our pole sitter, also came down right behind Carroll.
Jamie Walker still keeps that 88 out on track. Mark Arthur also still out on track. Jamie Walker bringing it down pit side. Philip Van Vliet also last pit on lap 39, as him and Mark Arthur are going to stay out.
Carroll Sherman both took tires this pit stop.
Corey Rutherford also stayed out. That's your top three right now. Mark Arthur, the lone Dutchman, and then Corey Rutherford.
Lone Dutchman calling out his pit stop along with the 5 of Corey Rutherford.
Mark keeps it out on track one more time. Mark playing the long game here tonight. See the 88 of Jamie Walker coming off pit road. Right now, Dalton Kilrow, once everybody goes ahead and cycles through, he should be your race leader with Derek Paulson second, Brian Dees third, and Ty Morosco fourth. Once everybody pits and everything cycles through. I kind of liked the long call, though, for Mark Arthur, Corey, and Philip there, Terry. I mean, they went longer than anybody else, and if this race stays green, that's going to play into their favor.
I'm watching right behind Mark. That 46, Fred Thompson, holding up that one of Ty Morosco, making oh, Wellman making it 3 wide. Wow.
They're 3 wide going down into turns 3 and 4. Joshua's going to go to the top side. Look at Ty Morosco, man, with them new tires. Mark was pitting as well, but flew through the middle there. I mean, these guys are just nailing it on these new tires right now.
Man, still a long way to go.
Not for them. They think it's almost over.
I think you might be right.
I mean, Chris Carroll even almost got into the back of Arthur there as Mark was trying to come down pit road. Carroll had to check up a little bit because he had Joshua Rutherford there up on the top side. Josh is doing everything he can. He's trying to stay out of the way of everybody.
Sam, I just had him take a temperature of the track. Right now, that track is set at about 78 degrees, so this thing is getting a lot cooler.
It's about 7 p.m. The lights are going to start coming on here if they haven't already. I would imagine with how cloudy it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Go back up to the front of the field. I'm going to try this little feature I got here. Let me see. We got our pit stop strategy right there. I don't know what any of those numbers mean, Terry.
I don't either, buddy.
Well, look, actually, no. What it looks like is that you got about 35 laps there on the first stint, 36 laps on your second stint. Looks like Paulson did 34, 33, and 10 somehow. I don't know how that works. I don't know, but pit stop times, I got that too. Let me take a look at that.
Well, Paulson's 10 as he pitted at lap 67. We're at 79, so that's what I would say. Just the how many laps he's got on this one.
Well, as I said, they cycled through. Dalton Kilrow's back to the race lead. Derek Paulson trying to run him down. Teammate Brian Dees trying to run him down. Ty Morosco trying to run him down. MFRD kind of controlling this field right now. You got Kyle Wellman there. He looks like he went a lap down, trying to get that lap back. It's going to be difficult, though, here with everybody on fresh tires. Taylor Butcher-Benjamin, he was the race leader a little while ago. He's found himself in 7th position. Corey Sherman's fallen back to 8th. He also got tires that last pit stop. Pretty much everybody got tires that last pit stop. Looking at total time on pit road, believe it or not, out of the top 5, Terry, Ty Moroska was the fastest.
Ty Moroska is still sitting in 4th place, with Jamie Walker just trying to search him, catch up to him and get a spot back from him. Jamie Walker needing a win. A really good finish tonight.
Got a battle for the lead going on here. Dalton Kilrow gave it up to Derek Paulson. Now under fire from Brian Dees. Looks like Brian might clear him here coming off turn 2. No. Dalton's got a run on the high side going down the back straightaway, fighting for second here. Looks like Dees is going to get him in 3 and 4, so give second spot to Brian Dees. Now trying to get up to teammate Derek Paulson. So we got John Perkins. He's also in a fight for this championship. He's running 9th right now. Hasn't really been in the mix a whole lot so far, but holding it inside the top 10. That's where he needs to be. Just be consistent and try and make his way up to the front here. Paul Ellison also in a fight for this championship, sitting in 10th, having a good run here tonight. Remember, he's been a pretty good contender here for this round.
I think Wellman's out there trying to make up some spots there as he's working on the MFRD guys. Right behind the 6 now, Paulson. Wellman's back here in, 20th place, a lap down. First car a lap down.
Battle going on for 3rd spot right here. Jamie Walker looking to the top side on Dalton Kilrow. Going to make it work here. Give 3rd to Jamie.
I said we've seen Walker do this before. Search around in this car, in this track, to find that spot.
Yeah, he has found something because he's kind of running the middle of the racetrack here. Look at him. He's going to the high side here on Wellman. Wellman looking to get around Paulson. Dees took over the lead from Paulson. Paulson last pit on lap 67. The rest of these guys are last pit in the 70s. Jamie Walker was on 73. You got a couple of guys in the back there. Mark Arthur, he went the longest. He last pit on lap 76. And Philip Van Vliet, he last pit on 74, along with Corey Ruthford on lap 74. And I'm telling you, you got to keep an eye on those 3 because, like I said, they went longer than anybody else. Might have the strategy here to win tonight. Jamie Walker trying to get around Kyle Wellman. He's gotten around Derek Paulson, so put Jamie in 2nd.
Tom Roscoe looking underneath teammate in that 6, getting around him. Dalton Kilrow now trying to run up on that 6 and Derek Paulson.
Oh, man, big check up there going into turns 1 and 2. Dalton had to go to the high side of the racetrack just to avoid getting into the back of the number 6.
Who's this guy in this 44 car trying up here and trying to make a lap?
It looks like that's Aaron Bockover sitting in 23rd position. He was up there in the top 15, Terry. I don't know what happened to him. Did something happen on pit road, I imagine?
I don't know. Why don't you go ask him this time, because I ain't.
I ain't going down there.
The 1 gets around the 42, Kyle Wellman. Wellman and Bockover both trying to get laps back. Wellman 1 lap down, Bockover 2 laps down.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing, right? I mean, Wellman's doing everything he can, and now we're seeing the tires kind of play into factor again because he drove his heart out trying to get up to that lead, trying to get one of his laps back, now just going backwards because he burnt the tires up too much. So tires are going to be very important here tonight.
Yep, remember, even with the one they started with, they only get 5 sets total. So these guys we know some of them's already used a couple, or at least one. Dalton Kilroy again working on a 6 of Paulson.
He got around him pretty easily. I mean, I imagine he would. Derek's been out there since lap 67, so his tires are probably hurting a little bit. He definitely, he took tires the last time. Oh, he's going to push up, almost getting into the 42 there.
That was a close call. Kind of looking back there in 8th place, Taylor Bridger Benjamin running that black 10. We seen him up front earlier and all, now he's just holding back, actually losing a little bit of time to his leaders.
Go up a little bit further. You got Chris Carroll and Corey Sherman here. We're kind of running together. Carroll, remember, he was kind of hanging near the back there after that first caution. Managed to find his way up near the front. Last pit on lap 72 for both of these guys. But Corey up there in 6th, trying to make his way back up there. Running some good lap times, too. He's being real consistent. Actually just ran the same lap time as our race leader.
He's been back here just hanging out for a little bit. Sand, and evidently it's time to go. Seeing Mike's favorites out there saying that's dedication. I'm sure he was talking about Joshua Ruthwood, which he is still on track, getting out there and maybe trying to get some points or whatever for the end of the season here. But Mike, that's we like these guys when they do that stuff, man. Get the car fixed, get back out there. D's under fire with the 88 right now as Bockover gets underneath the 88.
Yeah, Bockover, like you said, Terry, he's trying to get his lap back the hard way here. Jamie's got a run going down the back straightaway. He's going to look to the inside of Brian Dees here going into 3 and 4. He's got a nose there. Brian's going to fight hard on the outside. Going to get the momentum. Bockover's right there trying to get his lap back.
We got a prediction here, Sam. If that 88 makes this clean, nice clean pass as he is, I think he's going to start walking away from this group.
Well, remember, he's got a couple of lap fresher tires than that 17 does, so it's no surprise to see him take that race lead, at least for right now. But, I mean, anything can happen here. We can get a caution under this next set of green flag pit stops. We don't know. Jamie's always been strong here at these mile and a halves in general, but especially here at Charlotte. So we're going to keep an eye on him. He's running a different line than everybody else, kind of running that high line, kind of running that low line, searching everywhere, seeing what it's going to do to those tires. As we said, Charlotte eats these tires here. You got to really maintain them in those first 10 laps. And I think we see Jamie here really working his racetrack to his advantage tonight.
Hey, he's got that clean air he's running into, Sam. Bockover gets in front of him, might hurt him a little bit, but I don't think it's going to hurt him a whole lot. Now Walker gets to run whatever part of that track he really wants to, as Dees actually is catching back up to Walker.
It looks like Jamie kind of laid over just a little bit to let Aaron go by. I think Aaron might have a little bit better tires than that race leader right now. So it was a smart move. Jamie let him by. You see Aaron's kind of gapping him, so Jamie's just going to get her in rhythm here and just try and pull away from that 17.
Back in a little behind him, Chris Carroll at 24, trying to make up on to Corey Sherman and Derek Paulson. 42 Kyle Wellman still out there fighting. He don't want to go any more laps down than what he already is.
Yeah, Wallman's fighting really hard up here. You see Carroll getting around him. Sherman gaining another position, so that puts him up in the top 5. And, I mean, great run for that number 3. Like I said, he needs a good points night here tonight. But the thing is, Terry, if we go back to Bristol, do you remember Bristol? Do you remember what happened at Bristol?
A little bit.
You remember when old Corey Sherman got into the back of that 24 machine and sent him around?
Yeah. You think is
I don't think so. I mean, Carroll's got nothing to lose this race, but I don't see Carroll doing something like that. But it's something to keep in mind. I could see, you know, maybe we'll see what happens. We got to keep an eye on them. They've been pretty much running cordial here. I mean, we're on lap 100 to 240, still 140 laps to go in this thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see Carroll really making that kind of a move on Corey right now. He's, like I said, he's already locked in. He's got nothing to lose, but there's also no reason to do it, so. Jamie Walker, still your race leader. He's got a 2/10 gap over second place Brian Dees. Dalton Kilrow out there running in third. And I know Michael's out there watching. You know it's Halloween, not Christmas, right?
Oh, that's funny.
We said that last week too, but I mean I'm being genuine. You know, you're a little early on the green and red. How about that? Maybe like an orange and a black, you know, purple.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin just brought her down pit lane, getting some service done on that number 10.
I mean, Ty Morosko's purple, and I guess Taylor's black. So maybe he's just early for Christmas. What do you think?
It could be. Hell, if Lowe's and Walmart can do it, why can't we?
Everybody is pretty much well spread out right now. Only 11 cars I'm showing on the lead lap right now. Corey Rutherford is the last car on the lead lap.
Yeah, I'm doing the same.
Hold on a second, Terry. I kind of want to go on board with that number 5 machine. Sounded like something interesting might have happened there. Yeah, the 5 saving fuel.
Oh, it definitely is.
Yeah, that 5 car's saving fuel. He's trying to cut out a pit stop is what he's trying to do. I'm telling you, man, he might have something going here.
Andy Poliski 32 calling out his pit stop. I'm going to ride along with Mr. Poliski.
Andy's running currently in 7th, bringing it down pit road.
I'm sure everybody's still doing the math in their heads of when they can pit and take the tires at the same time and all that good stuff.
Well, Jamie, still your race leader. Brian Dees is bringing it down pit road. So green flag pit stops happening. Corey Sherman bringing it down pit side. Corey Sherman currently 4th. Chris Carroll stays out one more lap. Mark Arthur still stays out. Philip Van Vliet stays out.
I believe our leader, 88, Jamie Walker, just called his pit, I believe, as the 76 of Thompson gets around him.
Yep, here comes Walker.
Slowing it down to that 45 mile an hour down that long pit road.
So let's see here. I'm showing problems for the number 17, Terry. He's been on pit road for 31 seconds.
Did Dees pick up something earlier up against the wall or something? Got a tire rub.
Either that or maybe a speeding penalty for that number 17. I would imagine for how long he's sitting there, that's a speeding penalty. As he's down and away right now. Oh, man, heartbreak right there.
Tough break out of that 17 camp tonight.
Chris Carroll bringing it down pit side. Mark Arthur's going to be your new race leader. Remember, Mark last pit on lap 76. So he's been out there for about 30 laps. Jamie Walker, fuel only. Dalton Kilrow, fuel only. Ty Roscoe, fuel only. Derek Paulson, I'm not sure what that is. This 12-second stop definitely had to have been fuel only. He couldn't have gotten all 4 tires in 12 seconds. Corey Sherman, fuel only.
89 Van Fleet running second at the moment, coming down pit lane. I did get a message from him today saying that he probably won't be able to get to finish this race due to his work schedule.
Well, with the strategy he's on, Terry, if he can win this thing, he might be calling him work and saying he's going to be late.
That's true. Hollering at his wife, say, hey, make a phone call for me. It's going to be interesting to see how many laps Corey Rutherford gets out of this 5 car with what we've seen him doing a little bit ago, Sam. Right now, he's running up 17 spots, running into second place.
He's 16 seconds behind race leader Mark Arthur, though. I mean, at some point when you're saving fuel like that, you also got to make sure that you're keeping your momentum up, right? Like your speed. You can't lose a whole lot of time to these guys, or else the strategy just won't work.
Yeah, and Jamie Walker at 88 has already started closing in on him really fast.
But if he can manage to get a pit stop out, I mean, that's going to save him late in the race. And somebody's going to have to try and pit and gain a whole lap back and still try and win this thing. So, again, we're just going to have to see what happens. Corey also has to maintain his cool. He has to keep his rhythm. He has to make sure there's no mistakes getting on and off pit road.
And, Sam, I know you can see Corey Rutherford on the end car. And from what I'm looking, it looks like he's nice and cool. He just called out his pit, so here he will be coming down pit lane. I'm going to stay on top of that 5 and see what he decides to do here.
Oh, he was clutching the whole way through that corner, Terry. I mean, he is saving down to the drop. But you definitely said it. He's very well composed. You can see it in his face, very well concentrated. Go ahead and he's got a couple of seconds here. He's going to get stretched out, get ready to go for this next run.
Now, one thing about this 5 car, he is not in any contention for a championship this season. He got taken out of that, I don't know, last round, I believe. But he still won a race.
So green flag pit stops have cycled through. Jamie Walker, your race leader. He's got about a second lead almost over second place Dalton Kilrow. Paulson holds on to third. Ty Morosco fourth. You see Corey Rutherford bringing it off pit road right now.
Corey with fuel only, Sam.
Chris Carroll fifth. Corey Sherman sixth. Taylor Butchman way back there in seventh. He's about 14 seconds off of our race leader right now. Andy Poliski, 8th. Mark Arthur, 9th. Everybody pretty much single filed out. Everybody much really spaced out. As they get this long green flag run going here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, we're going to take a commercial break. Y'all stick around. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Shut up and sit down.
We are back live. Thanks everybody for sticking around. TRJ Karting, Blazing Pedals, Arca series here. Watching Derek Paulson right now. He has taken the lead away from Jamie Walker as Dalton Kilroy also got around Jamie Walker. But Derek Paulson right now probably on the freshest tires of those three out there getting around, getting held up by that 64 Rutherford, trying to make his way around the 33 of Perkins. And as he makes that happen, we don't have a whole lot going on track, guys. That's why we kind of took a longer commercial break.
Yeah, it looked like Derek tried maybe thinking about pushing it 3 wide there, but kind of thought better of it and backed out, let Josh kind of get single filed out there. I mean, Derek's got about a 4-second lead right now over Dalton Kilroy, so not a whole lot for that 6 to worry about right this second, but the 6 did last pit on lap 99, whereas a lot of these other drivers all last pit in lap 100 or more. I'm trying to find Corey Rutherford. He is a lap down, but last pit on lap 110. Again, I think he's trying to play some sort of strategy, but he can't afford to lose another lap here, Terry.
No, he cannot. No, he cannot. He has to stay out here and figure something out.
Only 12 cars on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap is that 55 of Paul Ellison. Remember, Ellison is racing for a championship as of right now.
Kind of give you a rundown. Derek Paulson is your leader right now in front of Dalton Kilroy in that 41. Jamie Walker in the 88 still trying to find that win to basically lock himself in to make sure he moves on. Ty Morosco also needing to lock in. Chris Carroll, we know he's locked in. Corey Sherman running in the 6th place. Really needs a really good finish or a win here to lock himself in. Mark Arthur, which is locked in 7th place. Andy Poliski in that 32 car running 8th. Philip Van Fleet in that 89 running 9th. And around out the top 10 is Rick Thompson, another one that needs a good showing here to keep moving on.
Real quick, a little bit through the field there. Derek Paulson still trying to get around the 64 Joshua Rutherford. Josh trying not to go another lap down. He's already, oh, good Lord, 80-some laps down, I feel like, right now. But still out there hanging on.
Looks like we have Casey Campbell, Manny Sherman, Rick Thompson all in the pits.
Casey Campbell, he pit there. He was on pit road for about 45 seconds. Total pit stop time, 14 seconds. So Casey definitely got tires there. Amanda Sherman bringing it off pit road right now. She also got tires. Now the question is when will we see these leaders start pitting? Again, we know the fuel window is about 30 to 35 laps. You got Mark Arthur, who last pit on lap 111. I'm telling you, we got to keep an eye on him.
Leader bringing it down. Derek Paulson coming down pit lane along with his teammate in that 10, Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
Well, we knew we'd see that, right? I mean, the 6, he last pit on lap 99. He had a few less laps than these other guys. We knew he'd be the first to bring it down pit side. But the real question is that going to drag everybody else down? Or are these guys going to continue with their strategies and just run as many laps as they can?
As the 6 peels out of his box there, hits that line, come back out on track as he left Taylor Butcher Benjamin still sitting in pit lane as he's down and away.
That gave the lead back over to Dalton Kilroy, obviously. He's running first, Jamie second. Chris Carroll's found his way up into third. Ty Morosco having a good run out there, as Terry said, sitting in fourth. Again, everybody here is pretty much single filed out. I mean, it's going to come down to pit stops and hoping that there's no caution.
Kind of looking back in chat there. Mike's favorite asked if there's closed caption for the drivers. No, there's not, bud. But the way Chris runs, he's blind and deaf, so he would actually lead Braille. So, yeah.
I also want to point out, Terry, that I had a little poll up in there. 20 votes on it so far. Does a non-playoff driver win and shake up the points? Showed a lot of people thinking no.
Well, our non-playoff would be, man, how far back are we looking? Right now is the 89 of Philip Van Fleet running in 7th. That's the first one.
Well, things are starting to cycle through, though, Terry, and I want to point out. Last car in the lead lap right now. Corey Ruthford at number 5. Remember, he last pit on lap 110. So Corey's got some kind of strategy up his sleeve. And same with Mark Arthur, who last pit on lap 111.
Well, again, Corey, as we watched it earlier in the end car, he's just chilling out, riding around. He hasn't made, I don't believe, any silly moves so far tonight. He, like you said, he is the first car lap down. I think he's going to get that lap back here shortly.
He'll definitely get it back, but he'll lose it again when he finally decides to come back down pit road. Because I would assume a lot of these guys are going to be taking tires. With pretty much everybody inside the top 10 last time they took a pit stop, they all took fuel only, so.
Got Tom Roscoe hollering his, along with teammate Dalton Kilroy. They're ready to come down pit lane.
Ty Morosco and Dalton Kilroy both pit on lap 103, so teammates sticking with strategy together as you see the 41 bringing it down pit side.
Again, Dalton Kilroy, 45 mile an hour. Long drive down that right side of pit lane, down in that second box down there.
We're keeping an eye on him here, Terry, only because I want to see if he's going to take tires here. I would imagine they are, but I'm genuinely curious. Looks like the right side's going up.
Tom Roscoe just landed in his box. I'm watching his car.
Dalton Kilroy, 4 tires and away. And again, look at that, Corey Ruthford. He's up into 7th just like that.
Tom Roscoe with a nice burn out of his box. Took 4 tires heading back out as Jamie Walker just called out his pit stop. Fred Thompson working his way around that 88 car. Nice clean pass by Fred. And Jamie Walker getting her slowed up to that 45 mile an hour.
Gives the race lead over to Chris Carroll.
And we know Chris Carroll's last stop was a 106. So Chris should be looking to come down here really soon.
Jamie's bringing it off pit road right now. Ooh, got on the blue line a little bit there, Terry. Better hope that doesn't give him a black flag.
Oh man, that would suck. Looks like he almost did it right there at the cone too.
Right on board with Chris Carroll here. Chris Carroll saving fuel, Terry.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at his lap times, Sam. I figured he was doing something.
See Ty Morosco on them fresh tires. He's going to get around Mark Arthur. Mark's going to have to pit soon.
Yeah, Carroll Arthur yet to pit. Phil Van Fleet is in the pits at the moment.
Yeah, if you look at their lap times there, Terry, I mean, you see Phillips on pit road now, but they're all in the 34s, 33 second range. So I think all those drivers there saving fuel.
As we get closer to the end of this race, one driver we will ride along with for his end car is that 41 of Dalton Kilroy. Just see if that's what he lives up to his name. Right now, we're only showing 7 drivers on the lead lap. Wow.
Dalton's saving.
Dalton is saving already. Wow. Long way to go, Dalton.
We're riding on board with him right now. Yeah, he's definitely dumping that clutch.
Right now, we're sitting about 96 laps left in this 240 lap race. Still got a ways to go. Chris Carroll fires it out and brings it back out on track with, I guess he's got tires there, Sam.
Mark Arthur still holding out in the lead. Derek Paulson about 12 seconds behind him. I imagine Mark going to be bringing a pit side here soon. Corey Sherman looking to put it 3 wide here. Oh, he gets into the outside wall. Trying to make up all that time.
Corey Sherman started around him nice and clean, but got into the side of that wall on that right side of that car as he's trying to work his way around lap traffic and Perkins.
Yeah, but that's what Corey wanted. He needs to get around, get his lap back before caution comes out. So, because you never know, one could fly, it could not. So I don't know. I like the move. I just think he put it in there a little too hot. Got the wall a little bit.
I don't know what's going on with timing and scoring. It's only showing about 6 cars laps down. And what I'm looking at, I'm showing 9 cars on the lead lap.
So I'm thinking Ty Moroska might be saving fuel as well because Corey Sherman just flew by him.
Well, one way to find out.
Ty Moroska saving fuel. So everybody playing the fuel strategy game now.
Well, have we looked inside of Mark's car? Do we know if he's doing that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mark's actually bringing it down pit side right now. And he was on the clutch the whole time going through the corner, slowing that car down. So again, saving every bit of fuel he can. That'll give the lead back over to Derek Paulson. And Dalton Kilrow about 5 seconds back. I don't know. I don't think Derek's saving. We can ride on board with him, though.
Now remember, Sam, Derek Paulson won back at Texas and Pocono, back-to-back races. Texas is somewhat like Charlotte. So I can see the 6 car pulling off a win tonight.
Sounds like he's saving a little bit of fuel too, Terry, but not as much as the other guys. You can hear him when he goes by the wall cam there. He doesn't even sound like the race car's on. And I mean, just look at the lap times right now, Terry. I mean, Corey Sherman running a 31:47 to everybody else's 33s.
Yeah, Corey Sherman definitely is the fastest out there on track.
He might want to take note. I mean, I'm just saying, he's catching these guys. They all are saving. The top 5 is all saving, except for Corey. So, I don't know.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get some more on these guys, especially if he catches them. He's going this fast.
If this race goes green, this is going to be a wild finish. I mean, there's so many different strategies going on right now. I can't even keep up.
Absolutely. And I know I lost count of the lead changes at about 3.
Yeah, I was done at 1. See here, I'm trying to find what's going on out on track there. Philip Van Vliet actually running 11th right now. He was one of those drivers that pit late, lap 141. Corey Rutherford, another driver, pit lap 144. He's back there in 16th, but he's one lap down. I don't know.
And back here in 17th, we're talking about these guys laps down. One lap down is Kyle Wellman. I mean, we see him being really aggressive. Then here comes the 64 Josh Rutherford coming down for another pit stop, as he is 48 laps down. But that's okay. 52 laps, excuse me. But anyway, Kyle Wellman just seems being like he was. He's not gaining really anything.
He's sitting in 17th position. Worked around Dave Seats a few laps ago. Under fire from Brian Dees right now.
Remember, we seen Dees sitting on pit lane for 49 seconds a little earlier. Most likely a pit road violation.
Trying to get every bit of points he can, though. Out there, just got around Wellman, so he puts him in 18th position. Jamie Walker's coming down pit road, Terry. This is an unscheduled pit stop, I'm pretty sure.
Well, maybe he says it's time to put tires on the thing.
Maybe he did not take tires the last pit stop. Maybe that was a mistake on the 88's part.
Or maybe this is a strategy out of that 88 team. He is getting tires, though.
Corey Sherman running third, also running the fastest lap times out of the top 5 right now.
Good stop out of the 88 team there, getting him down and away with 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel, right up next to that blue line. Trying to get all we can there, Sam.
Yeah, I'm so curious of what made him actually want to bring that 88 down pit road so early. Derek Paulson still hasn't even pit yet. He last pit on lap 131. He's been the first to pit and start pretty much the whole cycle off every time thus far. So, I don't know. Maybe Jamie's doing a little bit of short pitting here.
Very well could be. Corey Rutherford just made his way around the 6 car, Derek Paulson.
And that puts Corey back on the lead lap.
Now, somebody we really haven't talked about a lot, the 33 John Perkins, just called out his pit, running 6 at the moment as he slows her down, trying to get down on that apron to bring it down pit lane.
John Perkins last pit on lap 125 before coming down pit lane this time.
And I just happened to click on that 3 car, Corey Sherman. He is running down second place, Dalton Kilbrough.
That time by, Jamie Walker was the fastest race car on the track, and he also ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 31.06.
Holy cow.
You're right, Terry. That number 3 is running down the 41. These two also have history.
Yes, they do.
Looks like Dalton turned it back on, though. Remember, Dalton's been saving fuel and probably saving tires here this whole time, too. So I wouldn't be surprised if Dalton turns it back on and starts to pull away from this number 3.
That Corey just needs to hit his marks, relax, get down through there, and maybe try to catch back up with that 41, which that might be a task as he's catching up to Derek Paulson in that 6 car. Dalton Gilbert, now your race leader, got around the 6. Out there in that clean air, we'll see what that 41 can do now. Maybe puts a little bit of a gap. He is 7/10 right now over second place Derek Paulson. Corey Sherman looking to the outside of Derek Paulson, trying to get that second place from him. Here comes,
Looking to the outside here.
I was kind of watching the 64, Josh Rutherford just flying up through there.
Say we might see Derek come down pit road here in the next lap or two. Maybe 5. I'll give him 5 because he last pit on lap 131.
Now, these guys are clicking drivers. Let me say, I'm sorry, Amanda, if you watch this, but these drivers are clicking these laps away fairly good tonight, Sam.
They are, Terry, and what we're going to do is we're going to take another commercial break. We're going to go side by side. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Shut up and sit down.
And we're back live here on True Sim Productions for the Blazing Pedals, TRJKarting.com, Arca Series. Dalton Kilrow still your race leader. Corey Sherman trying to hunt him down. It's only about a 7/10 gap. As I say that, Corey Sherman bringing it down pit side.
As we was away, we seen Jamie Walker get his lap back, Sam. Got around Shermanator, got around the Captain Save Fuel, the 41, trying to get that lap back the hard way. He is now on the lead lap, sitting in 8th place. Dalton Kilro's last pit was at 137. We're at 172. Dalton Kilrow, we do know he is saving fuel. He has to be looking, though, to come down pit lane here soon.
Well, I'm looking at the 12 here of Mark Arthur. Last pit on lap 147. Dalton last pit on lap 137. So in the span of this race, that 12 car has gone 10 laps longer than anybody else right now.
So Mark is definitely saving fuel a whole lot better than that 41 is. .41 bringing her down pit lane. Man, he's coming down hot.
Teammate Brian Dees back there following suit. Corey Sherman getting around Dalton right now. Corey did take tires.
See what the 41 does here. Yeah, the right side of this car is up.
Yeah, I imagine we're going to see everybody take tires pretty much here on out.
Most likely. That'd be probably a good move if you have them. Oh, don't kill her into the inside wall and coming off pit lane.
I don't think that's not going to bring out a caution.
Oh, bad break for that 41. Man.
He's got to get it going here. He's losing a lot of time. We'll actually back it up here. See if we can't get eyes on what happened to Dalton.
I think it was just in fresh tires, Sam. He just let it go.
Yeah, he got on the gas a little too hard and just looped it on his own. So that's going to shake up some things.
Definitely. Now, Dalton Kilroy now showing a lap down back in 14th place.
So now Dalton wants to see a caution. I think before he didn't, but now he definitely does.
Yeah, and I don't believe we'll see him save fuel now a whole lot, Sam.
Yeah, no, you can't save now. Not after a mistake like that. You got to get back up on it. You got to get back in a rhythm and just try and salvage whatever finish you can get if this thing goes green flag the rest of the way.
And hopefully he didn't mess something up on the front end of that car when he hit that wall the way he did. Right now, your top three is Mark Arthur, Chris Carroll, Corey Rutherford.
Yeah, all the drivers who have been staying out. As we say that, Chris Carroll brings it down pit side. Mark's still out on track. Corey Rutherford's still out on track. Corey's bringing it down pit side right now. So I'm thinking these top three, I think they can make it on 2 more stops.
No, Jamie Walker's already back up to 3rd place. I mean, granted, he's a long way back here behind Mark Arthur and Derek Paulson. He's only a little over almost 2 seconds behind Paulson.
Yeah, but 26 seconds behind Mark.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, if we look right now, we're watching Mark Arthur. You see Corey Sherman back there. Once this cycles through, once Mark actually pits, that's going to be your race leader right there is the 3 of Corey Sherman.
And Arthur now bringing it down pit lane, getting it moved down to 45 mile an hour.
say that, but Derek Paulson actually should take over the race lead right here, which he does. But remember, Derek last pit on lap 165, so it's been almost about 20 laps for him already on this set of tires and this tank of fuel.
Yeah, Sherman, he is working all over. Well, trying to get underneath now. Perkins in that 33. Nice clean pass as he slides back up in front of him, gets his preferred line.
Yeah, Perkins last pit on lap 156. As we know, Sherman pit on 171.
So Jamie Walker at 153, Sam. So we know Walker's going to have to come back down here, I don't know, 5-10 laps.
Trying to do some quick math in my head here. Thinking if Corey can make it the rest of the way. I don't think he can. Because they got about 20 laps, so they hit lap 200. He's been out there for about 10. So that's
Walker
going to
bringing
be
it down.
So, again, interesting call.
Well, that would put him on pace from the last time, though, Sam.
And he did pit early before. I mean, there's just too many strategies going on right now. I can't keep up.
Well, if we get to talk to these leaders, I'm sure we're going to hear 3 different stories from the strategy.
Oh, absolutely. See Corey Rutherford trying to work on Corey Sherman. Trying to get his lap back here.
Hey, Sam, look who's up there in second place. Old TBB himself, Doc Butcher Benjamin, up there in second place now.
Yeah, we should see him come down pit side here, I'd say in the next 7 laps or so, because he last pit on lap 161. So Taylor and Derek both are going to be pitting before anybody else. As Corey Rutherford gets around Sherman. Going to get his lap back. Both of them trying to make their way around the 98 of Dominic Lee there.
Yep, same thing I was looking at. Mark Arthur just got around the one of Tom Roscoe, now looking to trying to get around the lap traffic of Brian Dees in that 17.
Mark's running some pretty good lap times right now. He ran at 31.3 that time by, compared to the leader's 32.2. Corey Sherman was actually faster than the top 2. He ran at 31.9. But out of the top 10 right now, it looks like Mark is the fastest. And again, we should see Derek Paulson coming down pit road very, very soon. Same with Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Corey Sherman can probably go about another, I'd say, 15, 16 laps. He's in a good position to win it. I don't know if fuel's going to be in his ballpark tonight, but just going to have to see. I mean, it's kind of the thing, Terry. I mean, you got Mark Arthur. He's done more laps than anybody under green flag conditions on fuel strategy. Same with the lone Dutchman of Phillip. And Corey Rutherford, they were those top 3 there when everybody else was pitting. I don't know. I don't know how this race is going to play out. It's hard to even predict it.
Well, you know, we're talking about fuel. If you look at 5th place Andy Poliski, his last pit was 169. Arthur 179. Poliski is putting a lot of green flag runs and laps in this run. Nope, my bad. So we're only on lap 188. Duh.
I figured you'd figure it out.
I was looking, I was like, well, how's he getting that? But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. My bad. I mean, it's a long night for these drivers. It just as well as Sam and I.
Dalton Caro, after having that mishap coming off pit road, sitting in 10th. Car doesn't look too bad. He went back to saving.
Well, he's got a long way to go now, back here in 10th place. But we know Dalton. Well, we know he's capable of doing it.
Well, the thing is that he's got some points to play with, right? Like, he can try a different kind of strategy now that he's back here in 10th. I mean, he's got to do whatever he can to win. As we said, we hear him clutching it going into the corners. So maybe just trying to get that one last pit stop and gain a bunch of positions here at the end.
Watching the 88 of Walker, he is a third car a lap down, but he is working on everybody that's in front of him now, getting around Hamlin, which is a lap down. His next car would be Corey Rutherford. That'll put Walker at the first car one lap down if the caution would come out.
Had 2 cautions so far tonight, both at the beginning of the race. One involving one playoff contender who, unfortunately, he's out there giving it his all, but he hasn't gained any spots thus far. Still 50-some laps down is at 64 Joshua Rutherford. Hanging in there, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, what Joshua got caught up in was not his fault. And also, remember, we had the playoff contender, the 88, Jamie Walker, got it, but since then he's come back and prevailed.
Just keeping an eye on Derek Paulson here. I'm sure he's going to be bringing it down pit road here pretty quick. Corey Rutherford's catching up to him, though, Terry, about to unlap himself.
I'm telling you, great minds think alike, dude. Right before you said that, I clicked on the Paulson. Yeah, and Corey Rutherford, I was just looking at, he does have fresher tires, of course, than Derek Paulson does, only by about 12 laps. Which they are working to his advantage. Looking underneath the 6 car, trying to get that spot back, unlap himself, along with 88 of Jamie Walker, also trying to unlap himself.
See Lori out in chat asking, what happened to Tanner? Tanner never took the green flag. We don't know what happened to Tanner.
Tanner right now, 194 laps down.
Yeah, definitely not a good points night for that 4 car.
No. As Corey Rutherford and Jamie Walker did get themselves around the 6 of Derek Paulson. Walker now being the first car a lap down as he gets his way around Rutherford in that 5. Well, I guess they both unlapped themselves, didn't they, when they passed him?
Yeah, I was waiting for timing and scoring to kind of catch up there just to make sure. But yeah, it looks like they both have unlapped themselves. First car lap down is the 15 of Mike Hamlin. Mark Arthur made his way around Corey Sherman. Taylor Butcher Benjamin came down pit road, so Derek Paulson should be coming down momentarily. Corey Sherman lost a lot of time to Mark. I'm wondering if maybe Corey's saving a little bit of fuel to ensure he can make it this last little push. He needs this.
Right now, Corey Sherman about 26 laps on his fuel run.
Derek Paulson brings it down pit side, and that gives the lead over to Mark Arthur.
Could Mark Arthur do an upset tonight, win this race, and he's going to lock some people out, that's for sure.
Still a long way to go yet, only on lap 198 of 240. It's like 42 laps to go, and at least one more pit stop for a lot of these guys, so anything can happen.
Sam, you think he's got enough to save it to make it one more stop?
I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if the 3 can make it one more stop. I think he's trying to. But Mark Arthur is gapping him pretty good right now. It's about a 4-second lead. I know Mark can definitely make it on one more. As soon as he knows he can make it on one stop, he'll come down pit road and get fresh tires. Taylor Butcher Benjamin right now just ran the fastest lap of the race with a 30.85. Going 3 wide here with a teammate. Oh, man. He's got them fresh tires. He's Superman out there. Split the gap between the lone Dutchman and Ty Morosco.
I would have loved to heard the chat in there on that one.
Well, there's still a lot of stuff that needs to play out, pit stops and whatnot. But, Terry, what do you say we take our final commercial break of the evening?
Let's do it, and we'll take it to the end, buddy.
All right, we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
We're back live here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 30 laps to go. We're not going anywhere now. So I hope you're all ready, because Mark Arthur still has yet to come down pit road. Chris Carroll brought it down pit side. Corey Sherman is driving his heart out. Remember, he was second when those last pit stops took place.
Arthur now hitting pit lane, Sam. We're going to watch. I'm going to stay on top of the 12 car. With any luck, he will not pull a Dalton Kilroy when he left pit lane.
He's on pit side right now. Corey just unlapped himself. I want to see how this plays out here.
Derek Paulson still 19 seconds, 16, 14. Paulson now getting the lead back.
Mark's coming off pit road. Corey's only down the backstretch. That's kind of the gap right now.
Mark Arthur getting back out on track.
Yeah, I don't think Derek and Jamie and Taylor, I don't think they can make it.
Well, while we say commercial, we're pretty sure Sherman can make it. Now we know Mark can. Poliski might be questionable.
Yeah, I don't think Andy's going to be able to make it. Corey running some good lap times right now, though. 31.8.
Definitely running faster than that leader is.
Yeah, but right now Mark's in front of him. Mark's on the back straightaway. Jamie Walker bringing it down pit road. So we know Derek and Taylor, they can't make it. So right now it's Mark Arthur leading. Corey Sherman will probably round out in second. The way it's running right now.
I mean, for the most part, Sam, we only really know about two of these guys that can make it.
I'm pretty sure Corey can. I know Mark can. Mark 100% can make it.
Walker, fuel only. Well, I don't know. 11 said maybe he took rights. Strange call.
I think Poliski might be coming down pit road again. Unless he was just getting around Amanda. I'm not sure there. Poliski sitting fourth right now. Derek Paulson currently sitting first. It might be close, Terry. I don't know. If Paulson and Taylor were saving when they first came out onto the track, I mean, there's a chance, but
Taylor might be saving. He just let the 33 of Perkins go. And here comes Arthur behind him.
Derek's still got a heck of a lead right now. He's got a 10-second lead over these guys.
Derek Paulson's last pit was at 197. We're sitting at 217. So Paulson has to stop regardless.
Maybe kind of hoping for a late race caution.
Exactly what I was thinking. Now we still got the 55 Paul Ellison in this mix. He's back in sixth place. Paul Ellison last pit was a 195. So most likely he also has to pit. Philip Van Fleet having to go to work. It's 10:20. So he has disconnected. Philip, that sucks, man. You had to go to work, but we'll see you next week at Sonoma. We run a road course for our first race of the top 8.
Yeah, I think Philip might have had a good strategy for a good finish there tonight, too.
Most definitely.
22 laps to go here at Charlotte. Derek Paulson is your race leader. Mark Arthur running second, slowly running him down.
Yeah, Sam, I've been watching the 3 of Sherman there for a little bit. I don't think he's giving that car all it's got just yet.
Him and Mark Arthur are running identical lap times right now, so I think he's pushing it as hard as he can go.
Well, he might be. But Mark also knows, well, maybe he doesn't know when Paulson pitted last, but Mark has plenty of time to catch up to Paulson, but again, Paulson has to pit.
And so does Taylor. Mark got around Taylor, so if I was Taylor, I would have pitted as soon as Mark passed me. These guys, I mean, anything can happen. We could get a caution here with 20 laps to go.
I will say though, Sam, on the admin side of things tonight, 2 cautions for 240 laps this far. I mean, anything can happen yet. Damn good race by these guys tonight.
Taylor Butcher-Benjamin bringing it down pit side. We'll give 4th over to Corey Sherman. And Poliski still has to pit yet, we assume. 19 laps to go. Derek Sauce to pit.
Chris Carroll just made his way around the 55 of Paul Ellison, putting him in 6th place, or 5th place, excuse me. Caution, Sam.
Oh my. No way. No way, man. Rick Thompson.
Check Rick Thompson.
Rick Thompson having issues. See if we can't get a replay going on that. Let's see here. Oh, the 44 gets into the 15. Oh, man. That's probably going to be one we're going to have to look at.
Man, back break. But, Sam, we got to pack these guys up and get us a race going.
Oh, man. I don't think that's what Mark wanted to see. Some of these guys, it's definitely what they wanted to see. Corey Rutherford's going to get the lucky dog. So, your fuel strategy out the window.
Sam, race control's quick on that one. 44 Air Backover will be getting an EOL.
Derek Paulson brings it down. Mark Arthur keeps it out on the racetrack. Corey Sherman bringing it down pit side. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who's got tires? Who's got tires? Who's got them?
Mark Arthur seems like he's playing the fuel game. If Sherman has a set of tires, wow.
I think Corey has a set or he wouldn't have come down.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to get fuel.
Apparently there is. Fuel only.
Oh, wow.
So maybe he thought he couldn't make it, or maybe he thinks this isn't going to be the only caution.
Well, we've seen this before, Sam. Cautions breed cautions. So, with what, 17 laps to go at this second, man.
I'm speechless, man.
Yeah, because Thompson was caught up in that. Thompson is a chase driver. That's what I was kind of thinking of.
Kind of an innocent bystander, too. Looked like the 15 almost had it saved and then just kind of overcorrected and got him in the left rear. Mark Arthur still keeping it out on the racetrack. That dropped Corey Sherman way down. 7th. It's not what we wanted to see. I know we've been focusing a lot on him, but he has been someone who needs to kind of win, or at least get a great finish here tonight to go forward. He was in position to do it before this caution came out. I mean, he still is. Anything can happen, but
I think we're going to see that 3 get really aggressive here.
Yeah, I'm looking right here. Corey Rutherford last pit on 209. Seeing if anybody who pit on 224 might have taken tires there. I don't think so. It's not looking like it.
I mean, the only one I'm seeing is maybe Kilrow.
Yeah, but he's a lap down.
Right. Hamlin and Thompson still in the pits. Man, what a tough break.
Well, it's the final round, or the final race of this round, so not surprising that we'd have a little bit of chaos.
Sam, you might as well take that time and score and just wipe it off your screen, buddy. We're done with that for tonight, I believe.
Well, I'm not going to get rid of it. I got to see.
Nah.
All right, Terry, I'll just shut everything down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. Call it early. 15 laps to go. Who wins? We don't know.
We'll pull everybody's name out of a hat later.
Yeah.
I mean, we use time and scoring to see where everybody's fueled and tires and all that stuff. Just let everybody know what we do use it for.
Well, this
But
is it
we
right
know
here.
tires and fuel is done for the night.
We're doubling back up. It's time to go.
And your leader, Mark Arthur, Chris Carroll on his outside, Jamie Walker back there running 4th, Ty Morosco running 3rd. Anybody's race. Derek Paulson's still back there too.
I'm not sure what's going to happen here.
Actually cleared something off my screen so I can see the cars just a little bit better. When we come to green this time, it's going to be 12 laps. Hopefully these guys keep it all in one piece and this finish this thing on the green, but it's a hell of a race.
Payshark's going to duck on off. And ahead's Mark Arthur at the restart zone. Green flag back out in the air. It's going to be a 13-lap shootout. Great restart there for the number 1. You got to. Oh, they're wrecking behind them. Caution flag's going to be back out.
Oh, man.
Casey Campbell involved. Another playoff contender. John Perkins involved. See what happened here.
Check around the 8 car if you want, Sam. I heard the one hollering out there was checking up.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Casey Campbell. It looks like Casey might have missed a shift. Casey Campbell missing a shift there on the start. So that's how the first caution happened.
All right, Sam, nobody took ownership of that, but I feel it was Casey Campbell, like you said. He did disconnect.
It's kind of hard to say. I mean, he did miss a shift, but, you know.
Rack them up, boys. Let's try it again, right, Sam?
Yeah, and it's going to be under 10 laps to go this go around, so I got a lot of thoughts going through my head. I'm trying to process them all. Trying to think of what could happen here. We saw a wreck just happen near the back of the pack, but these drivers haven't even gotten up to speed. Ty Morosco had the restart of a lifetime right there. Managed to get into the second spot.
Sam, did you happen to catch just who got the lucky dog around these guys that's going to now back up there? Be Mr. Brian Dees.
After that late, at that pit stop where he got a penalty, yeah, he's back on the lead lap running in 10th. So that's why you never stay out of it.
So we still got Mark Arthur leading, Ty Morosco running second, Chris Carroll running third, Jamie Walker running fourth, Derek Paulson fifth, Poliski sixth, Sherman seventh, Ellison eighth, Rutherford ninth, Corey Rutherford that is, and Brian Dees. Those are your top 10 drivers, and those 10 drivers are on the lead lap.
We're getting 10 laps to go right here under caution.
All right, Sam. Well, there are 2 to go now. Is your mind still wandering just like mine?
Yeah, I'm kind of just thinking right here. I mean, I'm wondering if we're going to make it these last 10 laps. I'm wondering if we're going to go to overtime. Is Phil going to play a strategy if we get another caution? Does somebody have an extra set of tires? I mean, there's just so much going through my mind right now of what could possibly happen with this race. We thought we had it all figured out with 20 laps to go, or at least close to, and now we just got no idea.
And then they go and wreck the daggone cars.
It's all right. You don't need them.
No. So, Sam, lap 208, Ty Morosco pitted last. You think he's clutching that thing?
Oh, I would imagine, just to be sure. But, I mean, I'm sure at lap 208, he can 100% make it.
Right. I know I'd still be clutching, though. That's just how I am.
Well, you know, even the 12's probably clutching under caution here. I mean, everybody probably is. Poliski, Carroll, Jamie for sure. Trying to save what they can. Going to be coming back to the green flag, though, here with 9 laps to go. Going to take it with 8 laps to go. Mark Arthur, your race leader.
You watch the front of this. I'm going to go back in the back of the pack here, kind of watch these guys. And Amanda Sherman was hollering that her tires are old and, trying to give heads up to guys down around her.
Well, I tell you what, Ty Morosco, he's looking for that first win, first points paying win. He's starting on the outside. He's in a good position to do it right here. He's got to beat somebody who's been pretty dominant this season, the 12 Mark Arthur. So he's going to have to get the restart of a lifetime right here. Trucks off the racing surface, down into the restart zone. Mark fires them off, and we're back underway. 8 laps to go. Ty actually got a pretty good start right there. Carroll got a better one, though. Jamie looking to the inside. Only got 8 laps to do it, and they got a long way to go. Carroll making a run on Mark here, going on the back straightaway.
The back of the field, man, they were tight in spots, Sam. But, we got Hamlin spinning the 15, going down pit lane spinning. No caution.
No caution. We say green flag. Carroll's still trying to run down Mark.
Carroll getting it fired back up, trying to get back out on track here, down on the apron as he's going down the front stretch.
Out of turn 4, it's going to be 6 laps to go for Mark. Jamie running down Carroll. Carroll trying to run down Mark. Mark Arthur with the fastest lap of the race that time by a 30.74. And they have pretty much ran away right now. Corey Sherman's back there just trying to get a top 5 right this second. And look at that, Corey Rutherford. He's looking for 7th.
Corey Rutherford actually took tires at 209, Sam.
Carroll backed off. Chris Carroll just backed off and let Jamie Walker go by. Carroll's already into the next round. Maybe he's just trying to let Jamie go and give Mark a run for his money here.
Well, Walker better hurry up. He's only got 4 laps left to do that.
Coming out of turn 4, as Terry said, 4 laps to go. Let's see what the times are this time. Identical lap times. Jamie just a touch faster.
Jamie's last win in Chicago a few weeks ago, back in September 18th.
We'll check the times again when they cross the line. They're coming to 3 laps to go. That time by. Advantage still to Jamie, just by a tick. Looks like he's losing time, though.
Sam, something interesting. Jamie and Mark both are in the same race room talking to each other, most likely.
Jamie gets a good run through the center of the corner. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Popsicle sticks in the air from Mark. Across the line, 2 laps to go. Jamie's actually losing time. That time by, Mark was a 10th faster.
Actually, looks like Chris Carroll might be catching back up to that 88, but I don't believe he's got enough time to get around him.
White flag in the air presented by Priority Auto for the 12 of Mark Arthur. Down and back straightaway for the final time. Mark's cleared Jamie by 0.8 of a second. He was in the back for most of the race. But coming out of turn number 4, across the line, give the win to the number 12 of Mark Arthur.
Good running out of that 12 car tonight. Mark had the fuel strategy, Sam, that's for sure. Jamie Walker gets up there and gives him a little bit of congratulations, number 12. Here comes Ty Morosco, maybe wanting to do the same. And we know Mark Arthur probably won't burn it down because he doesn't like getting the incident points.
Well, we know he's not.
I thought he was trying to do a burnout, but he couldn't even do that.
Well, Terry, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, post-race interviews. Stick around. All right, and we are back live. And I believe Terry is just now catching up with our third place finisher, Jamie Walker.
Jamie Walker. Where you know, bud?
What's going on?
First question I have. Are you a little hot right now?
It's a little warm. Yeah, it's a long race.
Yeah, I bet, bud. Man, awesome run out of that 88. You had an early penalty there about lap 36 or so. You made your way back up from that EOL. Awesome run out of that 88. One question I really have is your pit strategy tonight. Was you off differently, or are you just doing something different than everybody else?
Yeah, there was a stint where I only changed 2 tires one time, and that almost came up to burnt me. I almost blew it out, so I had to pit early to come in and get some fresh sides on that one side because it was just about done.
Okay. Well, other than that, man, walk us through this race. I mean, absolute wonderful job out of that 88.
I don't know if I deserve to be up here. I mean, like I said, I made some mistakes, and that caution, I don't know if that was kind of a racing incident. We were both side by side coming out of the pits. I didn't see him up there, and I don't know if he came down or I came up, but whatever it was, we got together, and I took the blame for it.
With a little more time, did you have anything for Mark once you got around Carroll? And evidently Carroll got back around you, but did you have anything for him at all?
Yeah, Carroll messaged me. He asked me what I had. I told him I still had fresh right side tires, but there still wasn't enough. So he gave me the spot to see if I could run Mark down, but I wasn't able to do it, so I gave it back to him.
Oh man, that's awesome out of you guys doing something like that. That's cool. So, well, who do you have to thank on that car tonight?
Of course, I got to thank Corey Rutherford for painting this car. He's done an awesome job. Blazing Pedals for putting this league on. You guys up in the booth, sitting here watching us peons go around this track and put on a show for you guys. Butt Kicker and everybody involved with Blazing Pedals.
All right, bud. Well, I will say we'll get you down there to talk to your teammate, but he's up here already. So, all right, man. Congratulations. We'll see you at Sonoma next week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
That was driver number 88, Jamie Walker, coming home in third position. And while Terry was talking to him, I managed to catch up with our second place finisher, Chris Carroll. He's getting out of that race car right now. And Chris, we saw a little bit of a strategy. I don't know if you call it strategy, maybe a little bit of teamwork, whatever you want to call it there between you and the 88. You let him go try and run down Mark. He let you have the position back. Kind of walk me through your race there.
Well, I was saving tires and fuel from the start, and I kind of messed up. I went on the second run, and it didn't allow me to get to the end, so I had to kind of audible my strategy in the middle, and cost me some track position. But yeah, the 88 had 2 tires. No use in fighting him there. He was way faster, and I couldn't. With the wake that Mark was setting up front, it just pushed. So I think the same thing happened to him. With he had newer tires, and he got out there and it just pushed. So I wasn't going to hold him up. I wasn't going to risk wrecking both of us there to, race him hard for second. And I just didn't have anything left at the end there. I could never find the raw speed all night.
Well, you still, I mean, like you said, you were managing your stuff there at the beginning. It was a long race. You still managed to come home P2, so good points tonight regardless. You're locked into the next round, so no worries there. Just taking more points with you in the next round. How do you feel about going to Sonoma next week?
I'm not a road racer, Sam. I try and get around there without wrecking pretty much. I'm not going to claim I'm fast at the road course, but we'll try and get around there and get as many points as I can and try and carry it on to, I guess it's Talladega, and then I'm not sure what after that, but trying to get through those 2 races clean and be okay going into the third one.
All right, man. Well, who you got to thank on that 24?
Well, I got to thank the guys that got me in here. I think it was Dalton, Mark, and Tanner. Got to thank USAFirearms.com. Brian Zimmerman always sponsoring me to get into races and lets me do what I want to do. I got to thank you guys on the broadcast, and you guys do a great job sacrificing your time for us instead of racing. So we appreciate that. Got to thank the Pit Lizard boys. They're all out there watching. Got my friends and family out there watching, and try to give them a show tonight, but didn't get there. Finished one spot short, Sam. So appreciate the broadcast, man.
All right, Chris, we'll let you get back down with your team. You can celebrate that second place. We'll see you next week at Sonoma.
10-4, buddy. Tell Terry Foster I said hi. I know he's listening out there.
I'm right here.
Alrighty. I think Terry is actually catching up with our winner right now. Terry, you got him.
All right, Mark Arthur, you got about 30 seconds, buddy. No, I'm kidding. Also, I'm running out of that 12, man. I want you to talk about your pit strategy if you could.
Everybody else brought their race cars, and I brought a Prius to some bit.
Okay.
That's what it felt like, anyway. I don't know. I just so we had to double stint tires twice, right, to make it all the way to the end, and you were having to go in the corner so gingerly and lift so early to save that right front tire. I was just like, well, hell. I said, if I got to lift that early, might as well be saving fuel, right? So I started saving fuel from the very beginning, and just to see, right? And I was like, well, I'm saving tire, and I saw it to where it was like I got 3 more laps, and then I was 6 more laps, and then I was 9 more laps, and I was 12 more laps, and I started looking down, and I said, hell, I'm gonna be able to cut a pit stop out of this. And so I just stuck to it. I almost went a lap down with Derek because he was taking 2 tires, I think. And then when I got to where I could just change 4 all the way out, I was gone, man. That thing was flying.
Well, you answered my next question about the fuel, about saving fuel. You said you started that at the beginning there and started saving. And I tell you what, Sam and I up here in the booth, we're just like, well, he's got a pit. If you're saving that much fuel, I guess you didn't have to. But other than that, did you have any worries about Carol Walker running you down?
Well, I did, right? So, I mean, I was sitting here going, please, God, don't let there be a caution because I got this covered, you know. And I was thinking, looking at everybody's laps, and I said, oh, yeah, they definitely got a pit again. He's got a pit. So anybody that was close, like I think Derek and Taylor and Dalton and all those guys, I knew they had a pit, right? And I was like, man, I got it. You know, if I'm only 5-6 seconds behind them, they got a pit again, I'm good. And then that caution came out, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And then I started looking at that, right? I started seeing who changed tires now, who pit, and I saw they all just took fuel only, and a couple of them took or just 2 tires, I think. And I was like, man, because I saw Chris had pit 1 lap before me and had 4 tires. Jamie had pit like 10 laps, you know, ago, and he had 2 tires, and I was like, man, how's this going to play out? I didn't know. So, I mean, it just kind of drove it harder, and I'd been driving it all night there at the end, and I paid off. You know, I don't know if Chris, he said he got aero push, but I never felt that all night. I don't know if he might have been just going harder just to try to get to the front, and that's where he picked up the push. I don't know, but you know, I looked back and he was falling back, and I said, heck yeah.
Your mom and Lori was out there, of course, as you know they always do. So who you got on the car tonight, buddy?
Well, I always got to thank Michael Falk, since he does all my cars and everything, makes them mean-looking cars out there. But I got to thank TRJKarting.com for being our title sponsor this year. Savage Edge Graphics, Michael Falk already said him. CJR Graphics, Priority Auto for supplying us with the TeamSpeak, Butt Kicker for supplying us butt kickers, and you guys at TSP for putting on the broadcast and everything, and of course my mom and Lola.
All right, but we'll get you back down there with in the victory lane there with Chris and Jamie, and we'll see you at Sonoma next week. Any thoughts on that?
Well, the last time I drove Sonoma, it was in a different league, and it was slippery. So I don't know if it was the tire or if this was an Xfinity car. So I don't know if it's just the tires or if it's the track or a combination of both. But I knew it was really slippery, more slippery than I remember. So it should be, these are kind of wishy-washy anyway sometimes, so it should be interesting.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations again, and we'll get you back down there.
Appreciate it.
That was your race winner, Mark Arthur, and it was a long one. It was an interesting one. Came down to a little shootout there at the end. That's going to do it, though, for Terry and I here in the booth. We're tired. We got to get out of here. We got stuff to do. Catch us on Tuesday night. We're finishing up the Tuesday League for Tanner, the Tour Modifieds. Other than that, we'll be back here Also on Thursday for the Dirt League Tanner stuff, and then back here on Sunday for Sonoma to start that round of 8. So thank you everybody for tuning in to True Sim Productions for tonight, and we will see you in the next one.